Why is 2026 the best time in history to start a business? Because right now, at this exact moment, you have access to tools, markets, and opportunities that would have cost millions of dollars just 20 years ago. And yet, most people are sitting on the sidelines, convinced that entrepreneurship is riskier than ever when the exact opposite is true. I'm going to show you exactly why this moment is unprecedented, what advantages you have that previous generations could only dream of, and how to take advantage of this opportunity. I'm John with Numeratus. We're a white glove accounting firm, and we've worked with a dozen of entrepreneurs. From solo creators making six figures from their own bedroom, to digital businesses scaling to 8 figures with tiny teams. I've personally reviewed the financials of businesses that operate globally with zero physical infrastructure. And I've seen firsthand how the digital age has completely transformed what's possible. Now let's start with point number 1, the cost collapse. Starting a business for under $100. Let me paint a picture of 2 different eras of entrepreneurship, separately by just 26 years. In 1999, if you wanted to start a consulting business, here's what you needed. Office space, which is approximately $2,000 a month. A phone system, which is just $5,000 upfront. Computer and software costs of $3,000. Website development, $10,000. Marketing materials, about $2,000. Yellow page ads, $500 a month. And a secretary for about $2,500 a month. Before you even got your first client, you needed about $25,000 in startup capital and $5,000 a month in fixed cost. Now look at 2026. An entrepreneur starting a consulting business needs a laptop they already might own. That's $0. Zoom for meetings could be nothing because there's a free tier. Website on Webflow, $16 a month. Email marketing could be nothing because there's a free tier. Social media for marketing could be nothing. AI tools for content, $20 a month. LLC formation, $100. Total startup cost, about $136. Monthly fixed cost, $36. They could make their first $10,000 in revenue within 60 days and be profitable from day one because their costs are essentially zero. The cost of starting a business has collapsed by 99% in just 26 years. That means the risk of being an entrepreneur has fundamentally changed. You're not betting your life savings anymore. You're betting a few $100s and your time. Now let's go to point number 2, the reach revolution. Global markets from day one. The biggest advantage isn't just low cost. It's unprecedented access to global markets. In 1999, if you wanted to sell a product or service, you were limited by geography. You could reach people in your city, maybe your state, if you advertised regionally. Going national required massive capital. Going global was reserved for large corporations. Today, you can reach 5 billion internet users from day one. For example, an entrepreneur could start a digital course teaching people how to trade options. They live in Ohio. Their customers are in the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Singapore, United Arab Emirates, and even Germany. They've never met 90% of their customer base. They've never traveled to most of these countries, but they're making $500,000 a year selling to a global market from their own homes. 25 years ago, this would have been impossible without massive infrastructure, international offices, and millions in capital. Today, they built it with a laptop, a camera, and a course platform. Think about what this means. You're not competing for the 10,000 potential customers in your city. You're competing for the 100 million potential customers globally who need what you offer. That market size for almost every business has increased by 10,000x in a generation. Point number 3, the tool revolution. Artificial intelligence and automation as your team. You have access to tools that function as an entire team. Let me paint a picture of what running a business looked like in 1999. You needed a graphic designer for marketing materials, a copywriter for sales copy, a web developer for your website, a bookkeeper for finances, a secretary for scheduling, a marketing agency for advertising, and a video production company for content. That's 7 people or agencies costing $10,000 to $50,000 a month minimum. Now, look at what's available today. ChatGPT writes your copy, emails, and content. Midjourney creates your graphics and images. Canva designs your marketing materials. Descript edits your videos. Calendly handles your scheduling. QuickBooks manages your finances. Meta Ads Manager runs your advertising. Total cost, less than $200 a month for all these tools combined. For example, an entrepreneur could run a $2 million year digital marketing agency with just themselves, one part-time virtual agent, and AI tools for everything else. They're competing against agencies with 20 to 50 employees, and they're winning because their costs are 90% lower, which means they can offer better prices or take home more profit. In 1999, a $2 million agency would have required 15 to 20 employees, office space, and massive overhead. Today, they run it from a laptop with artificial intelligence as their team. This is the tool revolution, and it's just getting started. This brings us to point number 4, the knowledge explosion, learning everything and anything for free. You have unlimited access to knowledge. In 1999, if you wanted to learn how to start a business, you had limited options. You had to get an MBA for $100,000 and lock in 2 years. Hire a consultant for $10,000 plus. Buy business books for $500 to $1,000, or learn through expensive trial and error. Today, you have YouTube with unlimited free tutorials on every business topic, online courses for $50 to $500 with world-class education, podcasts with free insights from successful entrepreneurs, communities with free or low-cost access to peer learning, and artificial intelligence with instant answers to any business question. For example, someone wanting to learn Facebook advertising in 2010 might pay $5,000 for a course and $10,000 in wasted ad spend figuring it out. Someone learning the same thing in 2024 could watch free YouTube tutorials, join a $50 a month community, and use artificial intelligence to optimize their campaigns. The total cost, $50. Time to proficiency, 30 days. The knowledge that used to cost $100,000 in years of time is now available for free or nearly free, accessible instantly. It's right at our fingertips. This means the learning curve for entrepreneurship has collapsed. You can go from zero knowledge to expert level understanding in months instead of years or decades. And number 5, the validation speed. Test ideas in days, not years. One of the biggest advantages of digital entrepreneurship is the speed at which you can validate ideas. In 1999, testing a business idea looked like this. Develop the product for 6 to 12 months. Create marketing materials for 2 to 3 months. Launch and wait for results for 3 to 6 months. Total time to know if your idea works, 12 to 24 months. If your idea failed, you've wasted 1 to 2 years and tens of thousands of dollars. Today, you can validate an idea in 7 to 30 days. Day 1 to 3, create a landing page describing your product or service. Day 4 to 7, run ads to the landing page to see if people are interested. Day 8 to 14, collect email addresses from interested people. Day 15 to 30, pre-sell the product before you even build it. If people don't sign up or buy, you spent $500 in 30 days. You pivot immediately. If people do buy, you validated demand before investing in full development. For example, an entrepreneur might have an idea for a course on real estate investing for beginners. Instead of spending 6 months creating the course, they could create a landing page in 1 day, run $500 in ads for 7 days, get 200 email signups, send an email offering pre-sale, and sell 30 spots at $500 each within 3 days. In 19 days, they made $15,000 and validated their idea. Then they create the course knowing people want it. In 1999, this would have been impossible. You had to build first, then hope people bought. Today, you validate first, then you build. This completely changes the risk profile of being an entrepreneur. Point number 6, the leverage multiplier. One person, infinite scale. Digital businesses scale exponentially, not linearly. In this traditional business model, growth required linear scaling. More customers meant more employees. More revenue meant more overhead. More scale meant more complexity. A restaurant that wants to double revenue needs to open a second location. A consulting firm that wants to double revenue needs to hire more consultants. But digital businesses work differently. Example number 1, digital products. An entrepreneur creates an online course. It takes 100 hours to create. They can sell it to 10 people for $5,000, 100 people for $50,000, 1,000 people for $500,000, or 10,000 people for $5 million in revenue. Same 100 hours of work, revenue scales infinitely. Example number 2, content leverage. An entrepreneur creates a YouTube video. It takes 10 hours to produce. That video can get 1,000 views and generate 10 customers, 100,000 views and generate 1,000 customers, or 1,000,000 views and generate 10,000 customers. Same 10 hours of work, impact scales infinitely. Example number 3, automation leverage. An entrepreneur builds an automated sales funnel. It takes 40 hours to build. That funnel can run 24/7 without human intervention, serve unlimited customers simultaneously, and generate revenue while they sleep. Same 40 hours of work, revenue generation just never stops. This is the leverage multiplier, and it's only possible in this digital age. In 1999, your income was directly tied to your time. Work 40 hours, make a certain amount of money. Work 80 hours, make 2 times that. Today, your income is tied to the systems you build. You build it once, earn indefinitely. Point number 7, the risk reversal. Entrepreneurship is now safer than employment. Let me challenge a belief that most people have, that being an entrepreneur is riskier than employment. In 1999, this was true. Starting a business required $50,000 to $500,000. Failure meant bankruptcy. You had to quit your job to start. Recovery from failure took years. Employment was genuinely safer. But in 2025, the risk equation has completely flipped. Employment risks, layoffs can happen instantly. Your income is capped by your salary. You have one source of income, your employer. Artificial intelligence is replacing jobs at an accelerating rate. You have zero control over your financial future. Entrepreneurship risks? You could start with $100 to $1,000. You can test ideas before quitting your job. You can build multiple income streams. You control your own destiny. Failure costs hundreds, not hundreds of thousands. For example, 2 friends might graduate college in 2020. One takes a safe corporate job at $80,000 a year. The other starts a digital business. In 2023, the corporate employee gets laid off. They spend 6 months finding a new job at $75,000 a year. They lose $40,000 in income and have zero control over their situation. The entrepreneur has a rough first year, making only $30,000. But by year 3, they're making $200,000 a year with multiple income streams. When one client leaves, they have 50 others in the waiting. When one product stops selling, they have 3 others ready to go. Who actually has more risk here? The person with one employer who could fire them at any moment, or the person with 50 plus customers and multiple products? In the digital age, entrepreneurship is safer than employment if you do it right. We're living in the most extraordinary time in human history to start a business. The costs are lower, the tools are better, the markets are bigger, and the opportunities are greater than they've ever been. This video showed you why, the before and the after. The bridge to building a successful business is proper structuring, compliance, and financial management. That's where my firm, Numeratus, comes in. If you're just starting out, and you want to stay informed about business compliance, tax strategies, and regulatory changes that affect entrepreneurs, join the Numeratus community at numeratus.org for $100 a month. We keep you on top of what you need to know. If you need a more hands-on approach, if you want help structuring your business correctly from day one, optimizing your taxes, or handling your accounting so you can focus on building, book a consultation call at numeratus.us. We help entrepreneurs at every stage, from people just starting out to those scaling to 7, 8 figures. That sounds interesting to you. Let's get into it.